August 2023 NASDAQ index monthly chart. The NASDAQ hit bottom on October 3rd of October 2022, coming out of the falling wedge pattern, which I can measure the size of the opening, and by doing that I can project where the possible target was for that falling wedge, and actually the NASDAQ hit that target on July of this year, and actually the bottom of October was on the 3rd of October. It's just that's the number that it gives me there, but it wasn't the chart. So after the hit target, it retraced back. Right now we're on a month of that is retracing or a pullback. So right now on the monthly chart, there's nothing, there's no formation, but we can always measure the run against the pullback, and by watching previous levels we can see what's going on. So this last run that started on March all the way up to July, we have that the price has retraced at least 25 to 30% of its high. And we can also see that where the price stopped is an area that was a previous order block on the monthly chart. This is an order block that basically now is acting opposite of what it was before. An order block that was supposed to stop orders from going up, which you can see on this candle on May, that it hit literally 50% of the order block, and then it fell down, and then the next month it went through the order block really fast. That's actually the kind of reaction that you expect on an order block. If the price is going to go above it, you see first the rejection, and then you see a really fast run above it. And the price, when it got all the way up to the top of that falling wedge, then it hit basically 50% of this week on December 2021, the bottom part of the week of that candle, which the market interprets as a gap, and the consequent encroachment becomes sort of in this case a resistance, because it's on the top. If it were on the bottom, it will be like a support sort of thing. So the price is retracing, is almost a 30% of retracement. Usually my expectations for a retracement will be all the way down to 37.5% retracement. That will be hitting the 62.5 extension, or 50%, or the number down here that will be 62.5. It's just inverting the numbers, since if you inverted one side or the other, one is one and the other is the other one, etc. But going down to the weekly chart, we see how the price reacted entering into this gap. on the weekly chart. Is an area where only the price passed by just 1 week, and that's it. It wasn't touched on multiple times, so it's considered fair value gap. Price went down a little bit, but it didn't close below the low of that value gap. So a pullback is expected on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, also we had the same thing, another gap that wasn't completely closed. The price closed within it. It didn't close below it, which creates the idea of a pullback. Plus the candle in itself is considered as an indecisive candle. Also, it could be considered a reversal candle in this occasion. So as you can see, the market just opened 7 minutes ago and the price is already going up. When the price got to the top on July and then it retraced back, it was forming sort of a rising channel, and then it broke down around here. It tried to go back into that rising channel, but it couldn't. But as we saw also on the monthly, it didn't make sense for it to go back. So this is all algorithmically processed price. So every movement has a reason for it to be. So yeah, this week I expect a pullback. And if here on the daily chart we check this last sellout leg and we put a retracement Fibonacci tool on it to get some measurements. I will say that the price is gonna retrace back on the NASDAQ at least between 37.5 to a 62.5, because even though it could just stay on the 37.5 and continue down, even if it goes above, it will still be considered like it's still gonna go down because it leaves a gap open. And every time there's a gap open, we expect expansion to the opposite side of that gap. And right now on the monthly chart, like I showed, the price is still not close to the first level that I will consider as a real pullback extension. Like I said, it's a 62.5 marked here. That is actually a 37.5 retracement. So I expect a small pullback this week and then a continuation to the downside, just by seeing the technicals. And that is it.